There's a moment every rider knows. You pick up your reins, you ask for a stop, a turn, a transition, and your horse gives you something, but it's delayed, it's dull, bracey, sticky, just not you. And immediately your brain goes, he's being disrespectful. What's going on? Or ignoring me, or why do I have to kick so hard? Or the classic, my horse is lazy. Sometimes it is a training or a clarity issue. Sometimes it's physical. Always make sure you check your horse for any physical issues if they're having trouble being responsive. Sometimes you're asking at the wrong moment, in the wrong position with unclear timing. And sometimes, a lot of times, it's something else entirely. And that's what we're going to talk about on the podcast today, and how to get your horse to respond to you. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite drink and let's go. Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence. Welcome back, friends. It's your host, Nicole Burnett. If you are new here to this podcast, pull up a chair, sit on a hay bale, let your horse munch on some grass. Let's do this. This is the place where we talk all about the mental side of riding, training, and competing. And this podcast was inspired because one of the things that I see over and over, or a feedback that I get from my clients, from the riders that I work with, is they'll talk about how their horse is more responsive. And I wanted to highlight this because this is how to get your horse to respond to you better. Because people miss that if your horse is not responsive the way you want them, people miss that this can be due to you as the rider and your nervous system. And this is not in a woo-woo way, but in a, your body is broadcasting a signal your horse can feel way. So that's what we're breaking down today. Now, your horse responds to your signal, the signal that is coming from your nervous system, not just your cues. Most riders intend to be calm and clear, right? And so you have all these good intentions. You want to be so clean and precise in your cues, but your horses, they don't respond to your best intentions that, they're back in your warm, cozy bed back at the ranch. They respond to what is happening in your body right then in the saddle. So we are talking your breath or lack of it, your muscle tone. Are your muscles tight or are they soft and relaxed? They respond to your eyes because they'll feel it. It'll transmit. Whatever you're doing with your eyes can literally transmit through your body to your horse. Are your eyes wide and scanning, or are they like really steady? They'll respond to your rhythm. Are you rushing or are you consistent? And they'll respond to your energy. Are you frantic, braced? Are you shut down or grounded? So as the rider, you can be thinking, just lope, just please lope off. But your body is saying, something's wrong, brace for impact. Actually, maybe let's not lope just yet. And your horse does what horses do with that signal. They brace, they hesitate, they dull out, or they get reactive. So here's a hard truth that is also really good news. If your nervous system is in fight or flight, so you feel amped up, you feel tight or urgent, or maybe you're in freeze, so you shut down, get numb, disconnected. Your aids, they get messy, all right? Sorry is the fact, and it's not because you're bad, okay? Because your body is doing what it was designed to do under pressure. It's trying to protect you. So protection looks like, as a rider, holding your breath through the ask. You're tightening your legs without realizing it. You're clamping your thighs. You start pulling instead of guiding on those reins. You start getting louder with your cues because you're not getting an immediate reaction or immediate answer from your horse. Never mind the mixed cues you're already giving. And just trying to force responsiveness instead of building it. Your horse feels all of that. And then we get stuck in the cycle. Your horse doesn't respond. So you as the rider get frustrated and you get tight. Then your cues, they can get unclear because you're giving this mixed signal from your nervous system. And a lot of times you can try and make your cues louder because they didn't hear you the first time. And then your horse braces or gets dull. You escalate, and then your horse either checks out or blows up. Obviously, this is no bueno. And this is not a character flaw in your horse. I want to get on my little soapbox here. Maybe soapbox isn't even the right word, but I want people to know about this because this is just a horse being a horse. There's nothing wrong with your horse, and your horse isn't being a bad horse. This is a communication happening inside of a nervous system storm. And if you don't fix yourself as the rider, it doesn't fix it even if you try and get another horse, because the horse isn't really the problem. So if you want a responsive horse, you have to start with a responsive rider. You have to start there. This is where so many people misunderstand this, and they think that responsiveness is created by more pressure. But the best responsiveness, it comes from clarity plus timing plus a regulated rider. Now, I totally get where this comes from, because when we try to describe horse training, we usually use words like pressure and release, right? You apply pressure. When your horse does what you want, you take off the pressure. That's usually the most simple way of explaining what we try and do with our horses, right? Because they do eventually learn walk, trot, lope. At least they learn those words. But for the most part, we can't just say it in English, right? We can't just ask them what we want. We have to use our bodies. And so the trick here, though, is that if you want that responsiveness, we don't just up the pressure, right? And if you see the good riders, like to give you an example here, like you'll see it'll be like gentle taps to teach pressure and release, or to say, move your hips this way, or to get going, right? And it's so cool to watch, because the really good ones, I'll see them and they'll be, tapping. And when they want that horse to respond, they don't just start wailing on the horse. They're just patiently tapping, like tap, tap, tap. Oh, you get a step. Good horse. We stop. Good job. And how, again, that responsiveness, it did not come from more pressure, because they didn't increase the pressure. They didn't start, beating on the horse. They're just gentle taps till the horse figures it out. There we go. So again, this best responsiveness, it comes from clarity, timing, and a regulated rider. Because what a regulated rider can do, a regulated rider can ask once clearly. You can release fast. The more regulated you are, you're better able to be in that moment, be so freaking present. You get the timing of the release, which if your trainer will tell you that's the most important part, right? You have to get the release right. You can keep your body quiet, stay emotionally neutral. And I can preach on and on about staying emotionally neutral. It will change your life. A regulated rider can hold steady pressure without escalating. Oh, that's literally just the example I was giving you guys about the colt starting and teaching these horses with. You're just tap, tap, tap until they move a foot. They're learning. And so being able to hold that steady pressure without escalating and stay patient. This one can be so hard, I know, but stay patient long enough for your horse to find the right answer. That is what creates a horse who starts hunting the cue and hunting for that right answer instead of resisting it. And isn't that what we all love? We all love that horse who's hunting. They're hunting the cue. They're wanting to find that right answer. They are such a joy to ride. So I want to share with you a simple pre-ride reset that changes your horse's yes button. So just a little something for you guys to go and try on your next ride. So before you even mount up, or right before you ask for something that tends to get sticky, try this. And it's just 3 parts, okay? So number 1, you're going to exhale longer than you inhale. And do this for 3 rounds. So if you inhale through your nose for a count of 4, exhale for 6 to 8. And do that 3 times. Why? Because long exhales tell your nervous system we're safe. And a safe rider gives cleaner signals. Now, second thing, soften your eyes. Instead of laser focusing on one thing, widen your visual field. Let your eyes take in the whole arena. Now, why? Is because horses read predator eyes versus calm eyes. Wide, soft vision changes your entire energy. And so again, knowing this, you can play with it, but just try this, okay? And 3, pick one quiet body cue. Because again, what we're playing with here is how do we help you as the rider be more regulated so that you can be more responsive and get a more responsive horse. So things for a quiet body, it could be thinking about heavy heels, just a long thigh, loose hands, but pick just one thing, okay? You're not trying to just be crazy, be a limp spaghetti noodle or, I don't know, some monk, but you're just trying to become consistent, okay? So just one thing to help your body think about being quiet. Then go ask your horse for something simple, like just a walk trot transition, and see if your timing and clarity improve without you doing more. Again, you never have to just take my word at it. You can take this with you to the arena and go try it. Go see what happens for you when you try this. Now, the response that you are really training here. Yes, when you are riding around on your horse, you are, of course, training the horse to respond to your leg, your rein, your seat, voice, all of it. But you are also training your own response when your horse is dull. So ask yourself, do you tighten and nag, or do you pause, breathe, clarify, and ask again? When your horse is reactive, do you brace? Do you escalate? Do you go and make it worse? Or do you soften and lead. When something goes wrong, do you spiral or stay present? I know I saw this in action just the other day when I was handling my young little Mustang. There was just everybody felt like coming out, and there was a whole bunch of other riders in the arena, and he was all amped up and just was so excited and started rearing up and on the lunge line and was just, oh my goodness, look at all these other horses. And I just used all my mindset and my training, and I just really was like, dude, we're chill. We're cool. You can stop showing off. It's very exciting that these new friends are here, but we're chill. And he kind of went, oh, and he was like, well, okay. And I was so proud of both of us because in that moment, we did a good job together where I was regulated. I was calm. I really was very unbothered by his antics. And then he was able to be responsive and regulated and came back to me. And that situation could have gone very differently if I'd had gotten upset and escalated, and just, it could have gone very differently. So I was really proud of both of us. And this is, again, why all this stuff matters. Like, he's a young colt, old horse, whatever. You as the rider set the tone, and that matters. All right, I'm rambling a little bit, but that is the real difference. All of this stuff, the response that you're training, this is the difference between riders who feel like they're always fighting for control and riders who look like their horse is reading their mind. The horse isn't psychic. The rider, they're just regulated and consistent. Now, if you want some help training this, if this helps at home, but it just disappears the second you haul out or you feel you're watched, I feel you. And that's your sign you don't need more willpower. You need nervous system training. This is exactly why I created 5 Days to Confident Competitor. It's a simple, low-stress way to build your calm switch so you can get your body back online fast, stop overreacting mid-ride, stay clear when your horse gets sticky, dull, or emotional, and ride in a way that makes your horse want to respond. It's $33 and it comes as 5 short audio lessons. It's easy to follow, no fluff, real tools you can use today, at home, or at a show. And if you're ready to stop trying harder and start riding clearer, you can grab 5 Days to Confident Competitor in the show notes. Because the fastest way to get your horse to respond to you is to become the kind of rider your horse can understand. Always in your corner, my friend. Ride on with confidence. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, if you love this episode, share it with a friend. If you hate this episode, share it with your enemies. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.